by grouping. Again, on that factor flow chart, if you don't remember what to do and when to do it and everything, I've tried the best of my ability to give yourself questions to ask in the correct order to be able to kind of walk yourself through it. Very first question is there anything that I can take out? Can I take anything out of here? No. Okay, so we're going to back. Whoa, what happened? Okay, so there's nothing we can take out. Then is it 2 terms, 3 terms, or 4 terms? And in this case, it's 4 terms, right? Anytime you have 4 terms, we are going to do factor by grouping. And what we're going to do here, we're going to make sure it is in descending order. What do I mean by that? We have a 3, a 2, a 1, and then we don't have 1. So that's what I mean by descending order. Then, I strongly suggest that you put a line between this under the first 2 terms and a line under the second 2 terms. And you're just going to look at the first 2 terms as individuals and then the second 2 terms as individuals. And then we're going to factor the greatest common factor out of both lines. So I'm going to write underneath here. Hopefully I have enough room to finish it off. Let's see. So into the third, so I have 3 n's. Into the second, I have 2 n's. So what's the most amount of n's that I have in both? 2 of them. So we're going to take 2 n's away from each term in the first line. So I'd have an n left, and I'd have a 2 left. Okay? Then whatever this sign is in your third term, or the sign in front of your second line, it's going to come down. Then we're going to look at the 9 and 18. What's the biggest number that goes into 9 and 18? 9. And then there's no n in both, so I'm not going to take out an n. And then we divide by 9 and get n minus 2. What? We got n minus 2 left in the first time that we divided, and we had an n plus 2 both times. And so because of that, that's supposed to happen, okay? Because of that, whatever is in both, the ones that are like, you're going to write them down in one parenthesis. It doesn't matter if it's the first one or the second one. And then whatever was taken out goes inside the second parenthesis. And whatever that sign was right here, that goes along with the 9. So that's how I need to put plus 9. Okay? Not too bad. Alright, so 4 terms, nothing will come out, so we do the 2 lines. And the biggest number that will go into 10 and 5 is 5, and then we're going to take 2 q's out. So it'd be left with a 2 and a q, and then 5 divided by 5 is 1. Whatever that sign is, we're going to bring down. Don't know why that is there. There we go. 6 and 3, 3. And everything divided by 3 is 2q plus 1. See those? Magic! So 2q plus 1 goes in one parenthesis. And whatever was pulled out, that's a q. I'm not going to fix it. Plus 3. 9, 18, 10, and 20. Nothing will come out. 9 is the biggest number. T squared is the biggest exponent. So I'm left with 1t plus 2. See this sign? It comes down. Biggest number that goes into 10 and 20 is 10. Okay, if you miss these, this is probably where you're going to miss it. If this sign is negative, we're not just dividing by 10. We're dividing by negative 10. So negative 10 divided by negative 10 is a positive 1 with a t. And negative 20 divided by negative 10 is a positive 2. It better be a positive 2 because these two things have to be the same. So t plus 2, and then 9t squared what? minus 10. Okay, here's when that very first question that you're supposed to ask yourself is supposed to be marked, right? What's the very first question? Is there something that I can take out? So we're going to take this a little bit slower. We have a 4, 20, 10, and 50. There is a number that goes into all of those, and it's 2. So we're going to take out a 2 in all of them. But wait. We have 4 x's, 3 x's, 2 x's, and 1 x. Is there an x in all of them? Yes. Oh, you just scored. Yes. And so, how many is in all of them? 1 x. So, we have to take down the 2x. We have to divide everything with 2x before we even begin the process. So, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then I have 3 x's left. 20 divided by 2 is 10. I have 2 x's left. 10 divided by 2 is 5. We have 1 x left. And 50 divided by 2 is 25. And 2 x's left. Okay? This 2x is part of the answer because we factored it out. But it's done for me. Okay? So the 2x, now I'm kind of pausing here because I want to make it as clear as possible so we don't get confused. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring down the 2x and I'm going to highlight it. And then kind of pretend that those parentheses aren't there. And then what can be pulled out of the 2 and the 10? The 2x squared. So that means I'm dividing by 2x squared. So an x and a minus 5 is left. Then I'm going to break this one down. And take out the bottom. And what's left? X plus 5. So there's a parentheses way too big. Okay. And then change colors. We have x minus 5 in both. The 2x is still there. The x minus 5 is in both, is in one parenthesis. And then the leftovers is in another parenthesis. Now, hopefully that is just as clear as mud. Oh my goodness. I need to have a bunch of these. Okay. 39, 42, 20. So it's 26 and 28 are two even numbers, next to each other on the number line. Nothing is going to go into them except 2. And 2 doesn't go into 39. There's not a W in everything, so there's nothing to be pulled out. Okay? So in the first one, oh, my goodness. See, I forget my rules after test. So at the very beginning of this video, I said, make sure to put something you filled out, which is not, but it has to be in descending order first. This number has to come first because of the 3. Then the 28 because of the 2. Then the 39 because it just has one W. And then 26 because it doesn't have any W's. Now I'm going to draw my lines. 42, 28, 7. So 7W squared, 6W minus 4. That row, it's not 7. You know why I know it's not 7? Because I could still take out a number between 6 and 4. I'm glad I made that mistake. So I could show you the difference. I'm going to kind of go on for just a second though, to show you that I know that I'm wrong in another way also. Okay, 39 and 26, 13. 39 divided by 13 is 3. 26 divided by 13 is 2. And when we compare these, see these two things? They're not the same, and they're supposed to be the same. So that's why, another reason why I know that I messed up. And again, the reason that I know I messed up is because the 6 and the 4, they're both even. So I should have taken out twice as much as the 7. So I should have taken out a 14. And that would have given me 3W minus 2. Same thing. So 3W minus 2, 14W squared plus 13. There we go. It's always useful to be able to make mistakes and learn from them. And I am not ashamed to make mistakes. Sometimes I get embarrassed. Sometimes a little bit. But it's all good. It all works out. Especially whenever I can. It's a learning point. Okay. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2. It's in descending order. 16, 8, 8, and 4. 4 can come out, right? And how many n's can come out? That's right, 2. So I am going to divide everything by 4n squared. And show that I took out a 4n squared. So 4n to the third, 2n to the second, 2n plus, and even though they cancel out, there's still a 1 there. This is what we're working with. Oops. Undo, more. There we go. So here and here. So the 4n squared is chilling. None on business, plans on bebop, outside school. Okay, so 2n squared comes out of the green. So 2n minus 1 is left. A minus 1. No, minus 2. A minus 1 out of the yellow because that sign has to come down and go over to 1. But if it is a minus 1, then we're dividing everything by a minus 1. And a negative 2 divided by a negative 1 is a positive 2. And a positive 1 divided by a negative 1 is negative 1. These two are the same. 4n has to still stay down. That was a lot to follow. Right? Okay. Whenever it has multiple variables, and I'm going to try to explain as I go. But this one should be okay for now. There's nothing to come out because there's nothing as in the 18 and 18. There's not a V and a W into 18, so there's nothing to take out. So we're just going to kind of go with it. So what can I take out of 5W and 5V? A 5V. So that means I'm dividing everything by 5V. So that means I have the W left and the V is 1. I'm going to bring plus 1 down. We're going to 18 down to 18. 18. So I'm dividing by 18 and a W minus 1 is left. So W minus 1 and 5V plus 18. Last one. Alright, so what's the very first thing that you should be looking for? That's right. Is there anything that we can take out? We have 3, 6, 3, and 6. The biggest number that goes into 3 and 6 is 3. What else? That's right. There's a U in everything. How many U's can I take out? That's right. Just 1. Because the most that's in all of them is 1. Can I take out any V's? That's right. I can't. So I'm going to divide everything by 3U. So I'm left with a UV minus 2 plus v minus 2u. Okay, on the last one that we did, I didn't have to do anything. We could just run and gun with it because 5VW and 5V, there was something in common. There was something that I could do with it. 18 and 18, there was something I could do with it. But when we look at this problem, at the individual groups as it is right now, see that? There's nothing I can do with that. There's nothing to take out besides 1. And there's nothing I can take out besides 1. But if we mix it around just a little bit, there could be something that I could take out of them. So that's what we're going to have to do. And there's several different options that we could look at. I am going to keep the UV here and rearrange, put the V there, and then I'm going to put the U in front of just the regular 2. So the 3U is there. I'm going to take a V out and be left with U plus 1. I'm going to take a negative 2 out and be left with U plus 1. So 3U, U plus 1, and V minus 2. Okay, I want to show you something on this one. Or this one. I could have kept the UV here and put the negative 2U with it, and then the V and the negative 2. And then just take a U out and be left with V minus 2. Nothing that goes in to both of those. So I would be like taking a 1 out because I have to have that parenthesis there. And still, I'm left with V minus 2 in both. So the 3U comes, and V minus 2, and U plus 1. Is this the same answer as that? Yes, it is, because the U is plus 1 and the V is minus 2. So they're the same exact thing. There's more than one way to skin that cat.